Me, Skip, I think Floyd just looked. Floyd, you done made enough money.
Things didn't go right. Took a loss. I took a heavy loss, actually. But nothing can hold me back.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back after learning Mayweather lost money in a $40 million fraud scheme. He expressed genuine disappointment, pointing out that all proper legal channels, both state and federal, had been followed. Sharpe believes Mayweather should have personally overseen the matter and taken responsibility, according to him. Someone of Mayweather's stature shouldn't overlook such things and needs to be far more cautious when handling financial decisions to avoid major losses.
The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
In response to harsh criticism, Mayweather opened up about his views on money. He explained that just because he talks about wealth doesn't make him a bad person. For him, money has always been a way to fully experience life and explore new opportunities. He believes that having money gives him the freedom to pursue happiness and try things others can't. This mindset fuels his bold and unconventional financial choices.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. We can't feed our family just saying I love you. Money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences.
Mayweather admitted that his business strategy often involves high risks. He enjoys earning money and investing in adventures that many people wouldn't understand. In his opinion, this kind of thinking leads to innovation, even though it also results in failure about 90% of the time by his own estimate. It reflects a gambling mindset in business, where he's willing to take major risks in the hopes of scoring a rare, big success.
Able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me, and it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing. I've gotten great results because I took my time.
Mayweather frequently expresses the idea that wealth represents success in videos and online posts. He often shows off large bank slips and stacks of cash. To him, this isn't just boasting, it's a symbol of his journey and accomplishments. However, for people like Sharpe, this constant display of money is concerning. They fear it might distract from making wise financial decisions.
The money man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Sharpe didn't just comment on the fraud, he also questioned why Mayweather continues to participate in exhibition fights. He argued that Mayweather is only attracting pay-per-view sales because fans want to see him lose. Sharpe likened these matches to WWE rather than actual boxing. His criticism wasn't just about the performance, but also about how Mayweather's once great legacy is now being sold off for profit.
He could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view
Right.
to watch him box.
And so the lure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that we. Man, a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't.
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point, there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0, and that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way.
No, they-
So he doesn't see, like, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
What?
oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like WWE.
As Mayweather enters the real estate world, his bold claims are drawing skepticism. He recently announced he had purchased 1,000 units across 60 buildings in New York, but public records don't support this. None of the buildings show new ownership, and housing organizations are unaware of any such deals. Real estate experts are now questioning whether his statements are exaggerated.
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
We get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
then.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yep.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back? I looked at James Johnson.
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall. Our first things first, Brandon Marshall.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you who good with their hands and you might not know. Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what. So what?
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul
I
now?
wanted to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging
Well,
rights.
this isn't even a fight.
Nope.
This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you go?
Skip, I know you over there. You're like, yeah, we got him. No. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We got to represent. Money, represent.
Represent?
Yep, lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight.
That's
It
okay,
was
we'll
actually
get
a battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up.
While investigating Mayweather's real estate ventures, reporters encountered more confusion. A team member insisted the deals were legitimate, but refused to go on record. During the conversation, a man identified himself as James McNair, though his voice didn't match earlier audio samples. This odd exchange only deepened the uncertainty surrounding Mayweather's real estate claims.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units, consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster, huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closed at the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr., not too shabby. V for victory.
The man speaking on Mayweather's behalf explained that Floyd's interest in real estate stemmed from his upbringing in low-income housing. This, he said, is why Mayweather is focusing on rent-controlled properties. He liked the idea of earning while also helping others. Once he embraced that vision, he wanted to go all in. While this emotional connection seems genuine, critics are still skeptical about the transparency of his business strategy.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple.
No, 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and
Yeah, it's
100
true.
and some units.
He has 62 multifamily units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like you just said, it's probably
So
62
think about
buildings.
it.
Yeah.
If he has that, some of the buildings might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew
Right.
rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Right.
Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
That's what I'm saying.
Mayweather's real estate ambitions have intensified, but his dramatic claims are drawing more scrutiny from experts. Even if his goal is to blend profit with social impact, the unclear paperwork and sensational statements raise doubts now. The public is split. Some admire his intentions, while others question the truth behind the scale of his investments.
The rent hustlers. You know how much rent that is? And guess what? I don't know his paperwork, but obviously if you spent that much in real estate, it looks like he spent it in one shot, but even if he didn't, but usually he did. And if he dealt with the same person, you get a deal, right? So through these deals, he's making money. It's definitely an income situation. They're all apartments. It's not a commercial building. They're all apartment buildings, which are commercial, but they're apartments. So guess what? $402 million in real estate. Hey, he's $500 million in real estate just off apartment.
Long before these recent controversies, Mayweather started his financial journey by betting on himself. One of his boldest early moves was placing a $750 zero bet on one of his own fights, a risky decision that kickstarted his business path. From there, he managed his money without the help of traditional managers. Many fans found this self-reliance inspiring, though it came with high risks which now seem to be catching up with him.
Still out here doing big deals. Money Mayweather just inked a massive $402 million real estate deal in New York City, buying up 60 apartment buildings from Black Spruce Management, the equivalent of 1,000 apartment units. Now, Floyd said the goal is to be able to provide affordable housing to families that need it. Most of the units are located in Upper Manhattan. And he said that when he was a kid, his dream was just to be able to own a home, and that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. Damn, Floyd just bought the block. I'm proud of Floyd. He's come a long way. This is a guy who was once seen burning money in a nightclub. He spent $17 million on a watch. Not to pocket watch him, but people looked at him for years like, yo, he wastes a lot of money. Does he ever give back? And now he's providing affordable housing? Damn, Money Mayweather's come a long way. This is a real good look. It shows evolution. It shows maturity. Not to mention, it's always great to see another person of color become a landlord in New York City.
Unlike most professional athletes, Mayweather never hired a manager. He handled all his financial dealings personally, giving him total control, but also exposing him to all the risk. When his decisions paid off, he became one of the wealthiest athletes ever, but without expert guidance, he was more vulnerable to scams. This total control has been both his greatest strength and his biggest risk.
The most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Mayweather often compares his journey to today's digital fame. He claims it was harder to gain recognition in his time back then. You had to earn attention. Unlike now, when viral posts can reach millions instantly, that's why he sees his influence as more meaningful. Still, critics argue he's leaning on past fame while making choices that damage the very reputation he worked so hard to build.
As well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to his wealth? He didn't have to cut a.
It's not that he ain't got he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him, and but he does, everything goes through him, everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training wise, the man's a genius, and it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry out, because I love a row and I love the fighting. Let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, got sting coming at my ass.
Mayweather has claimed he earns around $30 million each month, amounting to billions over time, more than what someone like Bill Gates makes. He boasts, even in retirement, he continues chasing big paydays through exhibition fights. For many fans, a rematch with Conor McGregor would bring massive profits and headlines. But at what cost to his legacy? That question remains unanswered.
Swift. Probably Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift didn't come up in the same era as me. But I don't know if Taylor Swift can be relevant. We almost 30 years.
I was looking around, but the Floyd effect, the Taylor Swift effect.
Yes.
Like, you both have maximized and pushed the envelope and really just set the bar for everybody else that's coming after you.
But in today's time, there's different. You can push one button and 8 billion people can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember how I got to the top. I had to grind. I had to wrap vehicles, take them across country with my face on it. I go a month straight doing interviews every day from morning to night to build myself.
Yeah.
So I come from nothing, but now push a button, and all you gotta do is sit back and watch. If I had a head start like these fighters nowadays, man, what? I have every belt in box.
Value in seeing it a second time. The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this notion of suspense and unpredictability, and what would it be? Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged, and he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying to himself, if I've got to fight one more time, a real fight, and that Logan fight was weird, and Floyd, I think, didn't expect to have to navigate it the way he did. I wonder if Floyd thinks this is it. But even that could be a trap fight for him, Luke, because of his age. You never know, okay? But to your point, it's hard to get amped up for it unless one or both of them is sort of riding a certain level of momentum.